News TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah News TV. We create awareness about our place in Africa. Savannah News TV. We are distinct, we are focused, we deliver top-notch news in Savannah News TV. Equitable reporting without fear or favor. Savannah News TV. To set positive change for us and our environment is our aim. Savannah News TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah News TV. Our CEO Prince Radekonde Oluchimi for Savannah News TV. Immediately I'm a living witness. Keep watching Savannah News TV. Like and subscribe to our page on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Savannah News TV.
Yeah, good morning from here, my fellow Africans, especially my friends and viewers in Nigeria and also across the world. You are on to Savannah News Television. As usual, we always give you update of news that's happening in Nigeria. This morning, I'm going to give you some updates of what is going on in that country, Nigeria. We'll start by this news that is trending. Federal government to replace fuel subsidy with 5,000 naira transport grant. They want to replace fuel subsidy. And that is a subsidy that Buhari, when he was campaigning before he came to power, was blaming the PDP-led government by Jonathan of criminalities then. Let me give you the story. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, says the federal government will remove fuel subsidy by 2020 and replace it with 5,000 naira a month transportation grant to the poorest Nigerians. The question is, how are they identifying the poorest Nigerians? How are they identifying those that are poor Nigerians? They are removing the subsidy to replace it with 5,000 naira a month transportation grant. And I can assure you that this 5,000 is going to their own relatives' pockets. It's going to their girlfriends' pockets. It's going to their family friends' pockets. It will not get to the people that need it. I can assure you that. They are removing the fuel subsidy to replace it with a 5,000 monthly grant. That is another avenue for them to loot the treasury. How will they identify the poorest Nigerians? How? It's just another ploy to steal our money, disguising under poorest Nigerians. Let me read again. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, says the federal government will remove fuel subsidy by 2022 and replace it with a 5,000 naira a month transportation grant to the poorest Nigerians. Who are the poorest Nigerians? How are they identifying the poorest Nigerians? These are the great questions that needs answer. To me, it's another avenue for them to embezzle our money. The second trading here is from Minister of Information, the man with the cap. Lai Mohammed has listed 10 gaps in the NSAS panel report. The man is still insisting there was no killings at the Lekki toll gate. Can you imagine that? Let me bring you the full story. The full story goes like this. Report. Okay, Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information, has toast the Lagos Judicial Panel findings into the trash. Which means it trashed the panel report, claiming there was no massacre at the Lekki toll gate. The question we always ask, is this man normal at all? Is Lai Mohammed a normal human being? When the NSAS Judicial Panel findings was presented to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu last week, Mohammed stated he was out of the country. That is Lai Mohammed. He has now reviewed the report and cited 10 flaws in it at a news conference in Abuja on Tuesday. This Tuesday. Can you imagine? Let us quote him verbatim from Savannah News Television. It is no longer news that the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry that investigated cases of police brutality as well as the incident of October 20, 2020 at Lekki toll gate in Lagos has submitted its report. The submission happened while I was out of the country on national assignment. Unlike many commentators and analysts, we took our time to read and digest the report, and we are now well placed to respond. Without missing words, let me say that never in the history of any judicial panel in this country has its report been riddled with so many errors, inconsistencies, discrepancies, speculation, inedious, omissions, and conclusions. They are not supported by evidence. What is circulating in public space is simply a rehash of the unverified fake news that it has been playing on social media since the incident on October 20, 2020. It is simply incredible that a judicial panel set up to investigate an incident has submitted a report laden with allegations. The same allegation it was set up to investigate in the first instance. Instead of sitting for all of 1 year, the panel could have just compiled social media tales by the moonlight on the incident and submitted, saving taxpayers' funds and everyone's time. That report is nothing but a triumph of fake news and the intimidation of the silent majority by a vociferous lynch mob. We have read some critical analysis of the report by courageous few. One commentator, a lawyer, said it raised more questions than answers. Another commentator, a journalist, called it a disgraceful report by a disgraceful panel, saying it's reported allegation instead of investigating the allegation. Yet another wonder how a judicial panel could use the word massacre in context and equate such to a massacre. All this and many more have raised valid questions on that report. We salute their courage and refusal to cowed by the revamping lynch mob that has been screaming blue border since the report was released. We do not intend to bore you by rehearsing details of the discrepancies. Can you imagine that? Inedious inconsistencies and errors in that report. They are already in the public space. Let us, however, point out some key highlights of such discrepancies, errors, omissions, etc. The report threw away the testimony of ballistic experts who testified before it. The experts said inter alia in their testimony, the team finds that from the medical data examined, including the timeline of arrival at medical facility and the nature of the injuries sustained by the victim, who are taken to the 5 medical facilities, that no military grade live ammunition was fired at the protesters at Lake Tollgate on 20 October 2020 within the time frame reference 8:30 to 20:34 hours. I don't know what the hell is they are trying to do here. What is however certain is that had the military personnel deliberately fired military grade live ammunition directly at the protesters, there would have been significant more fatalities and catastrophic injuries recorded. This was clearly not the case. The panel said that it's deemed as credible the evidence of a forensic pathologist, Professor John Obafemi, that only 3 of the bodies of which postmortem were conducted were from Lekki, and only 1 had gunshot injury. Went on to contradict itself by saying 9 persons died of gunshot wounds at Lekki. You see, these people are just so funny. All they are trying to do is to confuse the public, but they can only confuse only those people that are buying their lies. That is the federal government. They even accuse CNN. They say the CNN have been celebrating the leaked report of the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry. In its rush to claim vindication, CNN apparently didn't even read the report before rolling out the drums in celebration, but rather even read the report before rolling out the drums in celebration. But by that action, CNN has celebrated prematurely and has now committed a double fax pass. First, by relying on unverified social media stories and videos to carry out an investigation of the October 2020 incident. You see, it is fortunate that we have a country being ruled by mediocres. The government appointed a judicial panel of inquiry members, and those members submitted their report. You now turn around and those people are not, they didn't do anything. That those people they submitted a vague report. In the first place, what criteria did the government use in selecting those members of those panel? Before you select members of a panel, those members must have gone through a due diligence by that same government appointing them. They must have gone through due diligence of being of good character. They must have gone through due diligence of people of conscience, unbiased minds. But the government felt, as usual, that these people they will go by their own bid. But thank God for the judge who is the retired chief judge, the woman. I think Chief Judge Dorcas or something, the Igbo woman. And thank God for the son among them, Oluebun Adegboruwa, SAN, and for other members of that panel. Now, but the government felt those members will play their own bid by hiding the truth. But these people gave us a clean report. You are the ones that appointed these people to investigate, and they have not investigated. You are not turning around to say what that their report is. You are not trashing their report. A good government will not keep Lai Mohammed for one day in their coffers. Lai Mohammed is not a human being to be kept in one day in any government at all. At all. But because we have a government that is not reasonable enough, because he is coming out to say, to trash the report, of which they appointed, they nominated those people for that job, and they did their job. You not turn around and tell, oh, these people are people of no good character. What yardstick did you use in the first place to appoint all those judicial panel members? That is what the trending news, and you can see how our government is. The next news here is how a Nigerian man was nabbed of drugs worth 1.34 million in India. We always tell you people, follow your mind, follow your line. It's only yourself that you know. Those BB cars you are seeing on the street, those flashy houses you are seeing built everywhere you are seeing. You don't know their source of income. Despite all the campaign that don't go to India, don't carry drug, they are still nabbing our own people in India. Let me give you the full story. Reports has it that Anthony Akweche, a Nigerian national, has been arrested in Mumbai, India, for reportedly carrying commercial quantities of metadone MD and cocaine, value $1.340 million. It was nabbed in Mumbai. According to the Indian Express newspaper, Akweche was apprehended in Wadala by Mumbai Police Crime Branch, Unit 4 officers in the early hours of Sunday. This Sunday, it was nabbed. We tell you people, stop carrying drugs. If you are arrested in Nigeria, you can still find your way. You can still jail you for some years. But in India, in Asia, you are a gunner. And I have no pity. We have no pity for them. Because these are the same people that will come back to Nigeria. You see them in parties spending millions of naira on musicians. You see them throwing parties everywhere. You see them with flashy cars. You see them building mansions. Don't envy them. That is what we always tell people. Don't envy these people. You don't know what they are doing to get money. This man this Mr. Anthony now, he knew what he's going into. He knew that if he's being caught in India, he's gone. India will not spare them, and we are not even begging them to spare them. When you nab any drug peddler anywhere in the world, let them face the music. Anybody caught in any country should face the law of that country. And we are not sympathizing with Anthony Akweche. He was nabbed in Mumbai, India on Sunday with drug worth $1.3 million. Do you know how much is that? Do you know when he come back to Nigeria, he will be given a chieftain's title? Do you know when he come back, maybe he's going to contest an election to be a lawmaker that will be making laws for innocent Nigerians? What a country and what a people. We are having another news here about curfew imposed. This is coming from Ondo State. Akeredolu imposed curfew, 24 hours curfew in Ikare, Akoko. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu has imposed a 24 hours curfew on Ikare, Akoko headquarters of Akoko Northeast Local Government area in the state. This was released by the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Donna Ojogo, in that state. That was due to possibly they're having tussle about, I think, chieftaincy, whatever. Let me give you the details. In the statement, the curfew became imperative following an intelligence report emanating from the community as regard unrest with Asian town. It was gathered that spasmodic gunshots that have pervaded the community has also led to killings. Following the position of curfew, the governor directed the police and the Amotekun to ensure compliance and enforcement. That traditional leaders and religious leaders must reign in their wards and subjects, in their whatever. and I think it's unconnected to um, um, what's it called, traditional title in that area. That is just the brief we can get from that news. Other news coming up here is capital funding for army grossly inadequate. That is coming from Senator Ndume. He said capital funding for the army is very, very inadequate. That is, the senator was saying that on Monday, when during the budget. Maybe they are trying to review the budget, and they say the capital funding is inadequate. As you know, the Nigerian army they are fast losing the war against Boko Haram in the northeast, where the senator came from. I'm sure that was propelled him from saying that the money allocated for them is not enough. But the issue is that the money given to them before, how they spend it. The money allocated for defense, how are those monies spent? I can assure you that 90% of those money went to private pocket. I can assure you that 90% of that money went into private pockets. Into private pockets. Land said the 579 billion mark for the army is not enough. 579 billion. I can assure you, even this 579 billion, if it's well utilized, they should be able to reduce the crime rate, banditry, and the Boko Haram invasion in that area. See, so we are still saying here that we still need accountability. Those money given to them initially, how were those money spent? Did the money were those money spent in taking care of the personnel in the army? Was that money spent in their welfare? Because we have seen clips where the soldiers are lamenting for non-payment of allowances and whatever, and they were complaining about their shelter, and you want them to go and fight the war when they're not being taken care of. They are complaining there are no ammunition. They are complaining that they are using a low grade ammunition compared to what the Boko Haram are using. They are saying that Boko Haram are using more sophisticated weapons more than them. So you can imagine. May God help us in that country. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Student flees as bees disrupt exam in Osun Poly. The bees, bees, they disrupt an exam in a school, Osun Poly. That is in Ire. The students of Osun Poly, Ire, have fled as a swarm of it invaded an examination hall. That is serious. We think we employ the school authority to find a solution to that, so that the student can write their exams. This is so funny. Drama as woman gets pregnant for son-in-law during visitation. It's serious. The mother-in-law came to visit the daughter that gave birth. They call it omugo. Is omugo they call it in our language? And this happened and it ended up getting pregnant for the sons-in-law. What a taboo! What is taboo? I don't know. And we learned even the daughter has packed out of the house, and the mother-in-law's in the house right now with the pregnancy. It's a shame. I'm bringing it to you again from our clip, from feedback from people. We are told that the First Lady of Ondo State, Betty Anyang Akeredolu, is rolling out a palliative in far away Owerri, and they are all complaining that the palliative that is meant for Ondo State people were being taken away from them to Owerri North local government. That is where the First Lady of Ondo State, Betty Anyang Akeredolu, hails from. They are complaining that even the women in Ondo State are in hunger, and this woman is packing palliatives from Ondo State to Owerri North local government, because it's a known fact that whatever this woman is distributing comes out from Ondo State. She has no anything doing. She has no any other job than being the first lady in Ondo State, and is now using the machine, the wealth of Ondo State to go and service her people in Owerri North. That is the feedback we are getting from Savannah News Television, and some people are saying that because she's preparing herself for Senate in to represent Owerri North in the National Assembly, that is what is prompting her to do all this gesture of distributing palliatives to people, you know. And you are aware before she tried initially to go to Senate some 4 years ago, and she didn't get it. Now she's now softening the ground by using Ondo State resources to service her people in Owerri North local government, preparing herself for the Senate. It's unfortunate, and from the complaint we are having from Ondo State people, they are not happy at all with this development, because you are carrying people's food where there is hunger to go and give others. In fact, Imo State has a government. They have a first lady. Why are you carrying the food of Ondo State people, taking it to Owerri? And where salaries have not been paid, where the hungers are everywhere, and you are carrying palliative from Ondo State. These are the palliatives that is meant for Ondo State people. Hope you remember the saga of rice being stored all over in Nigeria. These are the palliatives given to states for the state people. And here we are, the first lady is packing all the palliatives and taking it to Owerri North, because she wants to contest. And she did this palliative distribution on November 24th, 2021 at Owerri North Council headquarters, Orie Urata. He did it by 12 noon. He did it there by 12 noon, November 24th. She packed the palliative from Ondo State and took it to Owerri North Council headquarters, distributed it. We are throwing this to the Ondo State indigents, and we are throwing this to those people that are saying the first lady has done well. Go to your closet and think about it very well. Is it possible for a Yoruba woman married to a governor in Imo State, and that woman will now bring palliative from Imo State and display an advert everywhere on social media, everywhere on wherever, that she's coming to bring palliative to Ondo State from Imo State? Will the Igbos accept? Will the people of Imo State accept that? I don't blame the woman. I blame people that are following her. I blame the Ondo State indigents that are praising her for all these criminalities. And we at Savannah News, we are frowning at it vehemently. It's bad, it's barbaric, it's wrong, and it's wicked. Good day, my viewers around the world. Here we are. We have come to the end of this news brief for this morning, and we are saying a big thank you for all our viewers across the world, and we promise we'll be bringing you lest I forget, another burning issue is the issue of the Hilton Hotel in Ile-Ife. The revelation is that the son of Adedonyi, the first son, is at large, because investigation has shown that the first son masterminded how Adegoke, the client, the customer in the hotel that was killed, the first son of Adedonyi supervised how he was buried in a shallow grave. And now the boy is at large. The question is, the father should produce the son. Why is the son running? If he has nothing to hide, we learn the son has traveled out of the country. Immediately that incident happened, when people are raising eyebrow, when Police came to pick the other lady. The son fled. One want to know the role of the son in the hotel, and we learned that Chief Adedoyin, Raman Adedoyin, has CCTV in his house, in his own personal house. He has a camera. He has camera in his university. He has camera in his polytechnic, and he has camera CCTV in the hotel. Let us see the CCTV footage of that day. What happened? We will know what happened, how they broke into that guy's, how they broke into room 305. The CCTV will reveal it. Definitely, the CCTV covers the hotel premises. So we will reveal how they broke into the guy's room at night. If it's not Adedoyin who broke into that room, if it's not the management of the hotel who broke into that room, and who carried the corpse of this guy out of the hotel to go and bury. And mark you, this man Adegoke, he paid for 2 nights, but his corpse was discovered just at the first night. Somebody that booked the hotel, that stayed in the hotel, he has the prerogative of staying in the hotel for that day, for that period he booked for. Who entered the room? Who knew he died? Who knew he has died before the expiration of his 2 days tenure as the occupant of that room 305 in that hotel? These are questions. And we here in Savannah News will not fall to the antics of the voice message of Chief Raman Adedoyin saying that he's innocent. Nobody will claim that he did anything like that. But with time, investigation will show. Nobody will tell you he killed somebody. It's very hard that somebody will just come out, okay, yes, I killed this person. They will only confess when it is glaring, when they show to him that, look, we have seen all what you are hiding. So we don't expect him to say, yes, I did it. We expect him to say he didn't do it. We expect him to say that he's not having a blood money. We expect him to say he has a clean money. We expect him to say that. But we are expecting the police to do their own thorough investigation, and the truth will be out. If Chief Adedoyin is innocent, let him get out of the hook. Let him be a free man. But if he's not innocent about this thing, let him face the music. Nobody will kill anybody and leave. We all have the same right to live on earth, no matter how poor you are, no matter how rich you are. We all have the same right to live on this earth. So you cannot kill somebody and you want to leave. No, that is our own belief in Savannah News now. You can't kill somebody and want to leave. You have to face the law. Everybody has the right to life, no matter who you are, either you are a pauper, either you are a billionaire. We all have right to life. Nobody has the right to take anybody's life. And we sympathize with the families of Mr. Adegoke. We spare with the mother, the father, and the wife and children and the brothers. But we are saying that we are following this case bumper to bumper. We are reporting it bumper to bumper. We have made our submission to Amnesty International on this case, and it has become a world news right now, and the whole world is watching the outcome of the autopsy that is being carried out by the Nigerian police. We are waiting the report, and we are waiting to meet all the culprits in court. Thank you, and God bless. From Savannah News Television, live in Toronto, Canada, we say thank you all, and we'll be bringing you news as it unfolds. And as I said earlier, we are still bringing in DJ Switch on this platform to discuss the issue of the Lekki massacre. You know, I just read to you that the Minister of Disinformation, Lai Mohammed, has trashed the report of the panel which was constituted by the government themselves. They were the one that picked those members of the panel, and they are the one now saying, "Ah, look, what you did is wrong." Before you pick people for that kind of panel, definitely you have known them. You have gone through their CV. You have known that these people are good to handle this, to handle a situation of that nature. Now they have submitted their report. You are now claiming they are not nice people because They didn't dance to your tone. And these people to us, we said congratulations to all the judicial panel for a good, for a job well done, for a very good job, and for a job well done. We congratulate all of them, the son among them, the justice among them, and others, which I don't even know their name, but they stand the test of time, and history will never forgive. Will never forgive them. Will never forget them. They have stand by the masses, and we in Savannah News Television, we are celebrating them always, and we will. Thank you.
Like and subscribe to our page on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Savannah News TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah News TV. We create awareness about our place in Africa. Savannah News TV. We are distinct, we are focused, we deliver top-notch news in Savannah News TV. Equitable reporting without fear or favor. Savannah News TV. Second city trend to us and our environment is our aim. Savannah News TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah News TV. Our CEO Prince Radekonle Oluchimi Jaffa. Savannah News TV. I'm a living witness. Watching Savannah News TV. Like and subscribe to our page on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Savannah News TV.